जांच शुरू हुई उससे ये कहना मुफीद होगा कि गाजीपुर बॉर्डर पर किसानों की मौजूदगी और अभी जितनी भीड़ है यहां से 3-4 किलोमीटर तक, इस मोर्चे को टिकरी और सिंघू के मुकाबले के भी बढ़ी है किसानों के बीच। और राकेश टिकैत के समर्थन में आए हुए लोगों की भीड़ आप अगर देखेंगे यूपी से लेकर हरियाणा और अलग अलग इलाकों से।
This is not good.
अब आप अगर जैसे मैं आपको यहाँ दिखा रहा हूँ,
I don't know if these demands will be met.
वो इलाका है जहाँ टेंट तंबू कनात लगे हैं, जहाँ किसानों का डेरा है। ये बहुत जो खाली हो गया था, यहाँ अब कई गुना ज्यादा भीड़। ये देखिए, ये स्टेज है और स्टेज पर नारेबाजी हो रही है और ये सब यूपी और हरियाणा से आए हुए लोग हैं। और इसी वक्त मैं बार बार तुलना करूंगा कल और आज में। कल इस वक्त मीडिया के कई नामचीन चेहरे थे और पुलिस की जबरदस्त तैनाती थी। और उनके साथ उनको किसी तरह की अप्रिय घटना से या पुलिस की कोशिशों से या अगर पुलिस गिरफ्तार करने की कोशिश करती तो, या तमाम तरह की बातें उस वक्त जो कही जा रही थी, उस हालात से बचाने के लिए उनके साथ कुछ लोग थे, उनके समर्थक। और मंच के सामने कुछ लोग बार बार कर रहा हूं, 100, 200, 300, कुल यहाँ 400-500 लोग थे और उनके मुकाबले 2000 से ज्यादा पुलिस वाले थे। आज हजारों लोग हैं। ऐसा लग रहा है कि यहाँ की तस्वीर वैसी ही है जैसे 25 जनवरी और उसके पहले थी। राकेश टिकैत जो गाजीपुर है, वैसी ही भीड़ है, वैसे ही लंगर चल रहे हैं, वैसे ही लोग हैं। ऐसा लगता है जैसे कुछ हुआ ही नहीं। तो जो 62-65 घंटों में हुआ, स्थितियां आज यहाँ बदल गई। पीछे की तस्वीरें देखिए, ये फिर से वैसे ही लंगर चल रहा है। आप कहाँ से आए आप लोग?
They are blaming the Jew.
आज आए, कल आए थे। कल अपने किसान जो हमारे रास्ता भटके थे उनको लेके हम वापस चले गए अपने गांव में, उनको छोड़ने के लिए, ताकि पुलिस उनको उत्पीड़न ना करे, जेल में ना ठूस दे, कोई मुकदमा ना लगा दे, उनको उनके ट्रैक्टर को जब्त ना कर ले इस वजह से। लेकिन हम लोगों ने रात को टिकैत साहब की बाइट देखी। बाइट देखने के बाद जब टिकैत साहब रो रहे थे तो हमने सोचा कि आधे घंटे में क्या हो गया ऐसा दिल्ली में, जब 2 महीने से शांतिपूर्ण धरना हम चला रहे थे, एक सिस्टम से हमारा सब कुछ चल रहा था, तो ये क्या हो गया? साहब ने मजबूरी में अपने आप को ये कहा कि मैं फांसी लगा लूंगा, तभी हम वहाँ पे अपने ट्रैक्टर वापस मोड़ के हम आ चुके दिल्ली। और अब हम सरकार से सीधा लड़ना चाहते हैं और किसान यहाँ हारने के लिए नहीं आया, किसान जीतने के लिए आया।
ये कल की उनकी अपील के बाद किसानों के दिमाग मस्तिष्क पे असर हुआ है कि पूरा किसान समुदाय उनके साथ दोबारा से दुगनी ताकत के साथ खड़ा हो गया है। सरकार बिल वापसी लेगी।
आप कब आए?
अभी आए हैं। हमारा गांव हेवा है, छपरौली क्षेत्र में पड़ता है। कम से कम 500 किसान ट्रैक्टर ट्रॉली में भर के आए।
Pontiac, Michigan, over 93,000 fans. You team Axar Jim Doug crowd.
You asked me excellent question. The great feeling all time I had all my life, Mr. Dan Maloney, it was that night, Pontiac, Michigan, Silverdome.
Correct.
Michigan.
Silverdome, Pontiac,
yes,
Michigan.
Sir. And that was a great honor, great feeling to wrestling next to 93,000 people, no any musician, no any football player, no any sport event in your country sold out Madison Square Garden. I mean, Pontiac, Michigan,
right.
except wrestling. It was a great feeling, Dan Maloney. Try wrestling with Jim Branzeller and that jabroni, Brian Blair.
Brian Blair, right.
Brian Blair, you are another faggot son of a bitch, no good, low life. So I want to let you know, you are punk, you are fag, you are punk, little gay, worse than Michael Jackson. It was a great feeling. I have a lot of respect for them. His partner, Jim Branzeller from Minnesota, great athlete, great high jumper, but that little punk, Brian Blair, another little fag, worse than Michael Jackson. And I didn't like him. I didn't like his attitude. He was a punk. I can break his fucking back, make him humble, and then fuck his ass. I didn't do it in the Pontiac, Michigan, because respect my sport and respect Mr. McMahon.
You were a professional.
A professional. Otherwise, was ready to do it to him all country way, make him humble, suplex him, put him in a camel clutch, break his back, and then fuck his ass, make him humble to respect the Orange League. And I didn't do it because for the God and Jesus and Mr. McMahon. Brambler, you are no good. You are worse than Michael Jackson. I'll never respect you again. And then he was lucky to the big man, American 2x4 hacksaw. You was lucky, punk. I didn't break your back to fuck your ass, make you humble. And he was lucky hacksaw Jim Duggan come save him, and I didn't break his back. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm a shooter, man. You're a punk. I respect your partner, Jim Brunzeller. I never respect the gay. I never respect the fag. You are worse than Hulk Hogan.
चूरगांव से मेरठ जिला
मेरठ जिले से क्यों आए पानी लेकर?
पानी लेके यूं है, इनका विश्वास नहीं सरकार का। इसका बताया जहर देते पानी में, इसका यकीन नहीं कर रहे हम। इब्जा कोई विश्वास नहीं रहा हमें इस पे।
हाँ। क्यों आया और कौन कौन है आपके गांव से? जरा आगे बुलाइए जो लोग
सब हैं।
तो आप लोग कब चले और क्यों लगा कि पानी लेके आना चाहिए? राकेश टिकैत ने अपील की, उसका असर था?
आज सुबह असर था। कल जिस तरह से पानी काट दिया गया गाजीपुर बॉर्डर का, और राकेश और ताऊजी राकेश ने अपील करी कि पानी अपने गांव का ही पीवेंगे, तो सुबह हम चले। उस 500-600 आदमी आ रहा गांव में से। ये गुंडागर्दी नहीं चलेगी सरकार की।
आप लोग कितने लोग अभी आए हो?
500-600 आदमी है।
500 आदमी आए गाँव से, 500 के करीब
500 के करीब आए हैं।
कुछ रात में आए थे हमारे लोग। साहब ने दिल्ली का पानी नहीं पिया टिका साहब ने अभी तक।
लगातार पानी आ रहा है। हरियाणा के गांव से, पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश के गांव से सुबह कुछ लोग दही लेकर भी आए, मट्ठा लेकर भी आए, और लगातार मंच के चारों तरफ हजारों लोगों की भीड़ है। और मंच पर राकेश टिकैत भी थे। आज दिन भर कई नेता भी आए।
Hold on. Fight for our lives. Okay, let's see what this is. You gotta fight. Ba-da-dum. Albuquerque, New Mexico. I think this is where we're gonna go. Hey. Cop watch. Saggies.
It seems like a routine stop, so we don't need extra eyes unless something else happens. So anything, it looks like it was just a routine DUI stop. The only can reach this individual's vehicle, which they shouldn't do without permission from the individual or a warrant of some kind. What else happened? Alrighty.
You know what? Fuck it. Wait, hold on. Did we just get that? Did the cop? I was looking for another stream to add to our thing. Hold on. Did the cops ask her something and then she just shut off the stream? Did I just see that happen? Is that what I heard, and then the stream immediately just shutting off? Is that what just happened?
I don't know. They're waiting for people. Never mind. They're waiting for
Ha They took it down.
$6 at work. I'm gonna go ahead and
What's up, Tim?
so make sure you check out the other videos going on.
She was fucking filming a DUI stop. The cop just asked, "Hey, what's up?" or whatever, and she just immediately took the stream down and deleted it. What a fucking weird little snitch these people are. Seattle, Washington, by the way. They finna shut it down, guys. What's everyone having for dinner? Tell me in the chat. I made bagel pizzas. They are delicious, let me tell you. Juan Epstein, what's up, my motherfucking Juger? They went down from every night, guys, to once a week.
You can come in, meet some of the family, learn something new, and stand for justice.
Custom gourmet pizza from where? You gave me almost all the details, except the ingredients and where it's from. Also, if you end up just being like custom gourmet pizza from Papa John's, I'm going to be very upset. Ooh, Tre Carne, 3 meats, never mind. Good idea. Tacos and rice, that sounds good. Juanito Epstein. I'm pretty sure I found your pizza place, buddy.
Check out this guy's chicken. Potato, bread, no
Hold on. Well, now I'm not so sure because I've just looked at the beer list and your beer's not on there. Oh. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong place. Oh, never mind. I was at the wrong place then. Tampa. Barrows? This place looks good.
Yes, I'm going to Buffalo tomorrow.
They have a Trey Carnet.
Somebody asked me to speak.
I can't see. Oh, there's a website. This place looks pretty good. Bavaro's Pizza. Yeah, Neapolitan style. Nice. This place looks really good. I doubt this is your place, though, because this looks like a... Oh, no, this looks pretty nice. This looks like it could be your place. The one in Sarasota looks really Jewy. But this Bavaro's in Tampa looks pretty all right. You got one at the airport? Looks like a good place. Black Lives Matter. Quality gourmet food market. All right. Let's look this place up. Okay. It's kind of like a, alright.
Yeah. So, go ahead. We have police behind us. And I'm happy that they are behind us because we have one of our indigenous brothers that would like to talk in the mic and say something. We will also have a song as well.
Wow, this place looks awesome.
And make sure you're protecting one another all around you. Because we're family, we have to look out for everyone. Thank you.
It looks like they're closed on nuts.
Thank you to all my friends for being here. I just have a few things to speak while we're here. The young man 4 years ago was shot in the back.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
From his life for doing nothing. And our STD is literally out there performing terrorism, not only on protesters.
Tim Beers missed Godfather pizza. We have Godfathers out west still, but I haven't been to Godfathers in years. It's terrible.
And then talk about how they protect the people, and it's pretty disgusting. If you saw their
Yeah, that pizza place though in Tampa looks really cool. That looks like a good spot because like it looks like a place where like you call it your order in like 20-25 minutes ahead of time, and then like 5-10 minutes before you roll in and I need to pick up the pizza, you go stop in and check out the beer selection, and then pick something out. Ooh, good.
Like you are, and I just want to thank all these people who aren't scared of them for showing up. You can shine your light all day, pussy, don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, homie. Oh, good. Goddamn. Here we go.
Amber Brown sister.
Matt. I'm a drum instructor. If you come to take lessons from me, you'll be a proven drummer in no time. I can even teach animals how to play. Check it out. Macy, give me a beat.
Son of a cop, the 22-year-old grabbed a handgun from his vehicle and confronted the thieves shooting at them as they ran down with their car and dragged him to them. 2 days later, King County Sheriff Detective investigated Radcliffe homicide, gunned down 17-year-old Chance Dunlap Giddens on a dark Des Moines street in a hastily arranged sting operation. Another boy, DeJounte Richards, a 16-year-old who was the actual target of the operation, planned to be arrested by a SWAT later that night. Within
You really
hours,
needed the drums,
deputies
actually.
will learn they had it all wrong. Neither boy, it turned out, had anything to do with Radcliffe's death. How the death of one young man, the son of a Seattle police officer, led to a death of another black teen killed by police. Emerging from hundreds of pages of sheriff's documented interviews to reveal a troubling string of investigative missteps, discrepancies in the stories of the deputies who fired, and assumptions by investigators made by the face of evidence that they were dead wrong. Indeed, sheriff's reports and records show that the day Dunlap Giddens had died, detectives have been following 2 teenage girls known to be involved in Radcliffe's death. Fingerprints had linked them to stolen items at the scene, and a surveillance photograph from a renter, Fred Meyer, taken an hour after a homicide, showed them using the credit cards that was used to kill Radcliffe. That same credit card showed their Machance's fingerprints were not on the credit card or any of the stolen items either.
All right. Look. I love you guys and I value you. You guys are my viewers and I need you to stay entertained. And this guy is fucking... I mean, a wet napkin of charisma. So we're gonna pep this up. You know, we're gonna not skip the protest, guys, but let's pep this up. Let's get a real showman out on the front here to spruce this thing back out. Get the energy back in the room.
YouTube fans, this is Mark Lane, the Mega Man X4 Iris fan here with my 27th episode of the Friday show. And today's episode is Stewie Daniels is going to do a funny scene from Billy Madison. I hope you guys enjoy it.
5 minutes
don't forget to subscribe me. And the 27th episode of the Friday show. Enjoy. Shampoo is better. I clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I soak and smooth the hair. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
Hold on.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe me.
Wait, hold on.
And the 27th episode of The Friday Show. And have a good night, guys.
Thank you. All right, hold on.
A funny scene from Billy Madison. I hope you guys enjoy it. And don't forget to subscribe me. And the 27th episode of The Friday Show. Enjoy. Shampoo is better. I clean the hair.
and clean the hair.
Conditioner is better. I soothe and smooth the hair. Oh, really? Really?
Stop looking at me, Swan.
Stop looking at me, Swan. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe me. And the 27th episode.
Okay. Oh. Anyway. Whew. All right.
sweet.
do the chants with us. Not you guys. You all can do the chants with us. Chants with us. And let's have fun.
Amber, you're so sweet. Oh, shit.
With Nordstrom, I've dealt with so many escalated men and women. I'm badly, badly disappointed in Nordstrom. Nordstrom, I will never shop here again. Because, I'm sorry, you're a Louis bag. No, okay, I will refund you. I will refund you. They have a very interesting way of talking to people. But what I learned so much about working at Nordstrom, to the right, to the right, to the right, all our family to the right, was that I learned how to de-escalate situations, and it's about how you talk to people. It's about how your tone is. It's about showing respect and having empathy. Those are just a few de-escalation tactics. And when I said that to SPD, you know what SPD told me? Well, Nordstrom's called us to de-escalate things. I'm talking about they've called you to de-escalate violent things, but how many unhappy, mean customers have they had to deal with? And I know some citizens, when they interact with the police, we can talk to them crazy, but that's about our history that we have with them. But with all those other incidences that they've had, Nordstrom employees have been able to de-escalate and been able to talk to people and treat people with respect and to find out what the issue is. And that is what the SPD must do. They must talk to people, empathize with them, show compassion, and find ways to resolve any type of conflict peacefully. Not with showing guns, not with showing mace cans, shaking it in our faces and smiling. SPD must treat everyone with basic humility. That's at the very, very bare minimum. SPD must value all lives. Black, indigenous, people of color, white, poor, disabled, trans, queer, however you want to identify yourself. They must treat everyone with respect. Because when we say Black Lives Matter, I say all
out moving that thing.
I'm always here to help.
Thank you, honey.
Absolutely, it's like my catchphrase.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. Sorry, guys. I had to take my fucking big ass coat off. Opal, is this guy fucking with you? Sorry, guys. Hold on. Is Darren bugging you guys? Opal, is he bothering you guys? Is being a troll? I'm kind of like guessing, but not really. Because if he's annoying you guys, I need to just block him. So if he's bothering you, just let me know, okay? Hi. Is he being a troll? Block him. Don't worry. Sorry it took me so long to catch on. It's not my page. I try not to block people, but if they're bothering, you guys can fuck that. Bye, Opal. You're welcome, hon.
Another thing that we spoke about at the SPD town hall was when they're saying that they're doing all these changes and they have to train officers and then they need to hear from the community. One thing that they did not change was, they really didn't change a goddamn thing because all they did was change words. And what I loved about what Nikita Oliver said was when they're, Christina,
Sorry.
when they're talking about policy changes and they're talking about what else do we do when all else fails, they're talking about human lives as far as how they will brutalize us. We're talking about human bodies when they're saying, well, tasers are non-lethal, mace is non-lethal. We are talking about human bodies. When they're talking about, oh, property damage when somebody breaks a window and this, that, and the third, and then they're talking about the weapons they can use on human bodies. And during this entire movement, we've been talking about human bodies and how they've been brutalized, how they've been torn apart, ripped apart, and how they continue to be in pain because SPD, all the other police officers across the nation and across the world, because police brutality is not an American issue, it's a worldwide issue, and it involves power and how they treat everyone across the entire nation. I'll have you guys come up here a little bit more so we can fill it in. This will be our stop, so get cozy. We're right in front of the Seattle City Hall, which is symbolic because we are here talking about change, and there are changes that are supposed to be always made into this building, but those changes continue to help rich people, not black people. They continue to not help poor people, and they continue to do more harm than good. So I would like to open up if anybody would like to speak, and then I'll give you guys a little bit of education. Is there anybody that would like to come to the mic and speak and talk anything that they like to share in their heart about these changes that the SPD is making, or about any type of brutality that they have faced with any type of police?
You're right.
So, like 3 days ago, I was arrested by TPD in Tacoma. Before the protest even started, they accused me of being like a sniper on the roof. I was invited in by a friend. They put me in the hole for 3 days. They denied me meals. They denied me meds. And they also like mocked me the entire time. But you know, that's how they do. It is not true. The allegations are false. They let me go on. They couldn't get a conviction out of me or even press charges because it was a complete lie. Karen on the rooftop said that we're trying to break into a fence, and they made it out to be like we're some tactical force that was going to snipe them from the roof. They tried to give me 10 to life, and they didn't succeed because you need evidence to do that shit. So better luck next time, motherfuckers.
This week, the police station lost another court case. The city of Seattle has been ordered to pay nearly $82,000 to attorneys for Black Lives Matter to cover their fees and costs in pursuing contempt of court violations against the Seattle Police Department. So all the times they brutalized protesters and lied about it, even though the lawyers were going for $264,000, the city awarded them $80,000. But the problem I see with that, besides a little bit of amount, the money we got, the Seattle Police Department does not have to pay for it. We're pretty much paying for our own brutality. And it comes from our tax dollars. I think the new way of it should go, if SPD loses a court case, that should come out the police budget. Instead of out of my pocket. I want to read a little bit of the new bill. I didn't have enough time to type it. some of the new policy changes for the SPD contract. The prohibition of putting knees on people's necks, that's the only good thing they gave us in this contract, even though we still know they're going to put their knees on our necks. Proposed updates to this policy require officers to issue a verbal warning prior to using deadly force, except for situations where...
We're going to be turning this off and playing the 2001 classic video game, Capitalism 2, at some point. It will be fun. We will be playing the role of an evil landlord who eventually takes over the world through shorting stocks. It'll be lots of fun. Tune in.
Straight individuals, pregnant people, predolescent children, I know I said that word wrong, elderly people, and physically frail or disabled people. That means even though we are already in handcuffs and subdued, they can still come put knees on our necks, they can tase us, they can pepper spray us still, even if we are subdued. The policy updates expands the responsibility for officers to ensure medical aid is sought to individuals with use of force. Also, update to the policy expand a situation in which officers will accountably request medical aid for individuals. For example, canine bites is now a use of force. So before, they could have one of their German shepherds attack you and not give you medical help. And be honest, they fought to not have this put in the contract. They finally agreed to something the CPC said. The precinct captain also, but the bad part about this contract, the police captain can wait 30 days before he can report an infraction. The problem with that is it gives them time to lie, hide evidence. If there's an infraction against the people, the police should have to report that. The police chief should have to report that right away, and it should be accessible by the people that signs their paychecks, us. And also in this contract, they voted to override this June's contract that they will be allowed to use tear gas against us, pepper blasts, chopsticks. That's literally what they call them, chopsticks. Every type. Also to expand their arsenal to get more lethal pepper rounds. The little wood sticks they got. They call them chopsticks. But it turns out they're not used for batons. They're used to deflate tires.
Those are chopsticks. What they call chopsticks?
But we also talk a lot about abolishment to the police. I think the first step to abolishment now is we gotta decriminalize hard drugs like they did in Oregon. So, in case you haven't read now, if you get caught with hard drugs in Oregon, you have the choice of paying a $100 ticket or going to drug treatment, which is paid for through the tax dollars from their weed revenue.
Nice.
But I think that's the first step to abolishing the police and to criminalize hard drugs, because we know the majority of jail arrests are for non-violent offenses. The majority of people in jail are in jail for drugs. We have distribution of drugs. And then also decriminalizing will also help the probation and parole system help dismantle it. Because a lot of people go back to jail for violations of parole. Because it says you have to get a job in 30 days, and jobs don't want to hire fellas and people who just got out of jail. So it's a rough system. But like I said, decriminalization, it helps empty out the jail. It gets rid of police arrests because they're not arresting people for drug offenses or the ideas or pulling people over because they believe they have drugs on them. So that ruins their quotas. That ruins the need for police. So, and it helps release the prison system, because you should not be in jail for something that is legal today. like I think that's just one of many steps. Getting rid of quotas. You shouldn't have to arrest a certain amount of people every month. I mean, what type of rule is that you have to get 25 arrests or tickets a month? And you know who they're going to arrest if they're over-policed in black neighborhoods, brown neighborhoods, lower class neighborhoods. They know, rich people smoke as much as poor people. They have lawyers to fight the case. So thank you, that's all I have for now.
Make some more noise. Chris spit a lot of facts. Make some noise. So I wanted to, before we take off and head back over to our destination, back to where we were, is I wanted to go over the crowd management changes that they made as far as SPD changes. SPD's timeline does not build in time basically for like what the CPC has suggested as far as care for the community or what they saw over the summer. The policy allows SPD to continue to use weapons such as blast balls, OC spray, and less lethal munitions. And one thing I found that was really interesting was I spoke about our experience being here at the BAC marches every Friday and why the police trails us. They say that there is, I guess, some traffic disruption and when it comes from unlawful assemblies, which is why they'll tell people, which is why they'll give police actions such as dispersal routes or not dispersal orders. They say that they give dispersal orders, but what they do not specify is how far away they have to be when they give those orders. I spoke about what weapons they're still able to use so that you have the knowledge to tell people SPD is using these weapons on us. But also, when they're talking about de-escalation or when they're talking about giving police action for unlawful assembly such as protests, they don't give a time, they don't give a minimum feet requirement from being in between you and, I guess, the suspect or protester, whoever it is. And what we saw last weekend, Tacoma, was another example of a police officer in a car, running over people. We saw that in the summer, and there was a little video from the biggest gang in the entire country. You know who the biggest gang in the entire country is? The cops, but it's one police force in particular. NYPD. NYPD is one of the highest paid police forces in the entire nation. Like 10 billion? Yeah, 10 billion they get a year. 10 billion. We're talking about 460 million, however it is. These cops are getting 10 billion. And what we saw in the summertime, and I have it on my page. I don't know if I have that. I don't have that on my page. There was a group of protesters, and there were 2 police trucks. You know how like SPD drives around their trucks? It was NYPD trucks. They ran over a group of people. Literally ran over a group of people. But if you do go to my page, if you do follow me,
what were those people doing though? Were they in the streets?
Officers called to, I guess, dispatch and say, hey, there's a group of protesters in the middle of the street. You know what one person said over the radio? Run them motherfuckers over. Run them over. Run them over. And you know what somebody said?
That's what we say here in Florida.
They're covering for each other, and they're saying, run them over. So they say that we're unlawful assemblies. They say that they have to do police action such as dispersal orders, such as giving dispersal routes, which they never give us a dispersal route. But they're also able to use intimidation factors when revving their engines.
Yes, all cops are bastards.
When you're in the middle of the street.
Hey, Juan.
Almost ran over by it.
Juan. I don't think really anyone else is paying attention that normally does. You really bug the people. You really bug the fellow viewers of the Bo Knows Show. And I'm gonna tell you something. I like it. So I want you to just keep obliterating this comment section every time you're here with just all the awful things that you say as much as possible. I want more comments because this group refuses to hate me, even though I say many of the same things you do. They refuse to hate me. They think that I'm going to be won to their side. But this program desperately needs a heel. You are the heel. You're the natural heel. You're the fucking NWO. You're Hall and Nash. And you know, everyone else here is a vulnerable baby face like Bret the Hitman Hart. Hi, dipshit. I need you to keep being a heel. I need you to get as much heat as the Midnight Express got in 1987. All right, exactly, good. I'm not seeing anyone in the chat right now, so good talk.
Tolerate it, because what I'm tired of seeing are little black girls slammed by
Bro,
white
Seattle
grown-ass
fucking
men
sucks.
on the fucking ground and their hair pulled. What we saw in Florida just this week with the resource officer, which are what off-duty cops. It's another example of excessive force, of body slamming people, of putting knees in people's necks and backs. Literally, like flashing mace and all this other stuff. Those are literally threats against human bodies, and we will not stand for that. So I'll have one speaker come, and then we're going to head off. Please make sure you give this person a round of applause. Thank you so much for sticking in with us. I know it's cold. The last time I spoke, I mixed up the fact that 6 lawmakers have been involved in the riots on January 6th. I said that it was 6 cops from SPD. It's funny, because that night we found out that 2 had been, and now the count is up to 5. So it wasn't intentionally prophetic. However, the count is almost there. So I apologize for misinforming you. However, this being a progressive and liberal city, as a lot of people call it, and we have the most cops so far in that riot from any city in the United States. So don't buy that bullshit that people tell you that we're a fucking progressive city, because we're not. We're not here about human rights here. The liberals do not know what the fuck they are talking about. Second, it's the anniversary of a massacre in the Native American community. Another. I'm going to read this real quick. This is taken from a Shoshone woman, an excerpt that she wrote on Social Distance Powwow today. Let us never forget what happened to our people. This is my family, my tribe today, a sad day in history for us. We are now a small tribe of 500 or less. Thank you, Darren Terry, for keeping the history alive and telling the truth. This is Massacre Commemoration Week for Shoshone Bannock. A quote.
Over there at that creek, man, I found a couple of Shoshone arrowheads.
Painted in those same battles, and how they were considered savages, and how they were out to massacre the white people.
Okay, Juan, if I ever am in Tampa, I guess I'll hang out with you and Mersh.
Chief Sadovich got up as usual on the morning of January 23rd.
Right there, I think they live in Orlando, never mind.
He stepped outside his lodge and surveyed the area around his camp. On the bluff to the southeast, there appeared to be a cloud.
What's gonna suck is I'm gonna be promised this great time to show up to Tampa to hang out with all these cool Nazi friends of yours, and they're all gonna be Cuban and black, aren't they? It's gonna be a racially diverse crew, like a Bud Light commercial, and I'm gonna be like, wait a second, where are these Nazis? And you're gonna be like, surprise, we're just normal people that don't give a shit. And I'm like, ah! And then one of your black friends will be like, yes, these niggers are moving into my neighborhood. And I'll be like, whoa!
Over the next 4 hours, Connor and his men raped, bludgeoned, and butchered more than 400.
I swear though, you're like, oh yeah, show up to Tampa and hang out with all my Nazi friends. It's all gonna be Cubans. On my life, no, you're lying. It'll be all Cuban guys. going to be 3 DJ Khaled's of various size. Little Russian nesting dolls of DJ Khaled's. I know you're type 1, Epstein. You talk the hard game, but all your friends are black. And you have an N-word pass.
Bear Hunter went to his grave a man of honor and left behind a wife and many children. Colonel Patrick Edward Connor, however, upon his return, was promoted to Brigadier General for his heroics at Bear River. There's a statue of this man at Camp Douglas on the University of Utah campus. So what does that mean for you guys? You guys have to get a hold of your relatives and the legislature down in Salt Lake and in Utah and get that fucking statue removed. It needs to be gone. It needs to be taken down. And we ask that a memorial for the Shoshone Bannock that died on that day be taken in its place and put up. Because this general acts no different than those cops do. They don't maybe say it out loud when they're out on the streets like they do.
Why aren't you hanging out with Cubans? They're basically more white than us.
They show it in their actions, right? That they should deprive themselves of a little fun when it comes to Native Americans and to black bodies. They are not discriminatory, and they will straight up go in the service.
Yeah, dude. This is boring, by the way. See, I told you, dude. You're like racist, but not actually racist. Let's see this.
Thank you.
Please, 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 give her a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. Let's play wheels on day
Wait, what? No, what are you talking about, Juan? Cubans are usually super based. Dude, we spent months watching Cubans just be like, these Trump guy. I don't know why I'm doing a Mexican accent. I can't do Cuban accents. I haven't spent enough time around them. But, no. Fucking Cubans are the most based. Cubans are more white than white people at this point. Exactly. All the Cubans that are like super fucking entrenched in our country were like, fuck Castro, fuck this, we're out. Yeah. Yeah, we're on the same page, buddy. Cubans are based. All right, fuck this. I do not care. We will be back later.